If you go on to enjoy the video, do me a favour and hit that like button. It really does help out the channel a lot. And through Team of the Season, we are going to be doing a hell of a lot of player reviews. And of course, if you need any coins to get you through Team of the Season, head over to u7buy.com. Through Team of the Season, they are doing a pretty big promotion. 15% off when you use the code TVM at checkout. The link is in the description. What is going on, guys? Steve here. Welcome back to a brand new video, and it's time to go through the comments from the video entitled "The End Is Near FIFA 22." Will be my last. Of course, that, like I said at the time, is definitely subject to change, although at the moment, still 100% behind the idea of just doing a Road to Glory through FIFA 22 with, at the beginning especially, player reviews, of course, but I will then drop everything completely and just leave the Road to Glory daily. I will always upload daily until the end of FIFA 22. I've done it for this long. I'm not going to stop now. So that's the plan. Of course, I think there was a comment, and I'll go through them, but I think there was a comment where someone said, if your channel starts getting traction, I mean, can't see it happening after all these years. I've had plenty of time to get it, so I don't know why it would happen now. But yeah, if it did get traction to the point where we're getting a good few thousand views a video, would I continue into FIFA 23? It depends on the game. You know, like this year, had I done, well, I did do a Road to Glory, but had I continued it and say, for example, I said FIFA 21 was going to be my last, and I'd done the Road to Glory all through FIFA 21, I would be at the point now where I wouldn't want to do another FIFA, because this FIFA for me is probably one of the least enjoyable I've played since FIFA 14. Hated FIFA 14, thought it was terrible, and that was the transition year from 360 to Xbox One, and obviously PlayStation side, but that was the only thing that got me through that FIFA, to be honest, because I really didn't like it, but the transition and the change in the graphics and a little bit of the gameplay and stuff, that got me through it, because it was enough of a change to make me feel like, I don't know, to make it a little bit fresher. Were it not a console transitioning year, I would have struggled, and this FIFA is the same. That's why 6 PM content is saving me, right? I say saving me, it's not, but you know what I mean. I'm only doing 6 PM content right now, and have done for the last like 3 or 4 days, because that's all I can stomach doing. I really don't like this game. Hopefully FIFA 22 is not the same. I will struggle through that regardless, and I'm just going to try and have fun with it best I can. Going to go through a few comments. A lot of people give me well wishes, and I appreciate that greatly. I honestly didn't expect as many people to watch it as did, and I didn't really. I knew there would be people in the comments saying that they're going to sad to see me go, even if I know you're lying. It's fine, because I appreciate reading it anyway. But yeah, I am very, very grateful to everyone who's left a comment, and even if you haven't, and you're a lurker like myself, I appreciate you greatly as well. Aiden says that he fully understands and respects the decision, because I've got to make the decision for me and my family, which obviously goes without saying. And he says he loves a bit of Wales and the Welsh accent, so obviously would sad to see me go. And then he said he's really looking forward to Road to Glory in FIFA 22, because the FIFA 19 Road to Glory was absolutely awesome, and I really hope it's more or less like that, which it will be, kind of. It depends on how EA do things for FIFA 22. We should start getting drip-fed some information soon, and it'd be great to see you approach exactly the way you want to, no holds barred, and that's exactly what I want to do. It might not be a good thing for those watching, but it's what I want to do. And because for the last 9 years I've pandered to what I think other people want, it'll be really nice to be able to play a FIFA. I've never played an Ultimate Team the way I want to play Ultimate Team. Like, ever. You know, FIFA Ultimate Team came in 09. I played it a bit, but I didn't, you know, I had to buy it then. It was a DLC. I played it day one, but I didn't really understand it. You know, YouTube videos weren't a thing then, so I didn't really know how to find out any information about it. I couldn't really work out what it was myself. Didn't really play it much. FIFA 10 was basically the same. I played it, of course I did, but I didn't play it as much as I did career mode because I didn't really understand it. FIFA 11 is when I started playing it properly, but again, I wasn't really, I mean, there's only so much that you could do with it actually. It was just play divisions, and that's it. You know, there was an exhibition mode, I'm pretty sure, but it was just play divisions. FIFA 12, obviously, when I started YouTube, is when I started actually playing it. That's when I started putting money into the game, and I started really getting into it. But that, again, even though that was my first proper Ultimate Team that I put a lot of time and money into, the first time I ever spent money on the game, but bar buying it in FIFA 09, was FIFA 11. FIFA 12, sorry, was, I mean, I got it, I understood it, and I did, I guess, what I wanted to do, but because I didn't, it was my first one properly, I didn't really understand it to the point where I was just trying to get the highest rated team. That's all I really did. I barely played any games, to be honest, because I put that much money into it. So FIFA 13 onwards, where I started recording content on it, I just pandered to other people. So I've never played Ultimate Team the way I want to play Ultimate Team. So this is going to be interesting going into FIFA 22. Fresh Prince of London says, can't blame you, the game gets less fun every year. It's turning into a card collecting game. I mean, to be fair, FIFA's been a card collecting game since they brought in Ultimate Team. That was like the first thing I actually thought it was. I didn't realise you could actually play games, because there was like a small trailer within FIFA 09 when they first sort of mentioned Ultimate Team, and you could see packs and opening packs and getting these cards, and I honestly thought it was a virtual trading, like card trading sort of game, like back then, or stickers, because back then like Merlin stickers were a thing. I didn't do it then in 09 because I was a bit too old for it, but early 2000s, very late 90s, well, mid to late 90s, I used to collect a lot of stickers. I used to fill the sticker albums every year, and this was no different. I actually thought it was all about collecting the cards, and then I realised, you can play games and earn coins to buy these packs and things, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, it does get a little bit less fun every year, but that could be for several reasons. You're getting older, maybe your interests are changing. You don't think they are, but maybe they are. Mine definitely are. And there's various other factors that could come into play there. I can't say this guy's name, Sudindra. I do apologise, my friend. I've been following your channel for many years, but never commented on any of the videos. I literally watch all of your videos. You have too much time on your hands to watch my videos. I literally watch all your videos and love the content you put out. To be honest, you're my favourite FIFA YouTuber, and I appreciate that massively. The appreciate bit was me putting it on the end. He didn't say that because that wouldn't make any sense. We'll miss watching your videos and content massively. Saying that, good luck for the future. You deserve the best. I appreciate that comment. He has been subscribed for 3 years, so you have to believe every word he says. That is outrageous. Knuckleball Twins. People that don't make FIFA videos, or no, he didn't say that. They said, people that don't make YouTube videos will never understand or realise the grind. You've been extremely consistent throughout, and we have always enjoyed your views/opinions, especially on your FIFA videos. Best of luck with the future plans, and thank you very much to you as well. Of course, they've been, they create content, go check them out. But, yeah, they're consistent as well, and it is, like, I don't want to say, if you're not a YouTuber, you don't understand to a certain extent, because I don't know, if you really sat down and thought about it, obviously, you would understand. And then if you maybe spent just one, not day, but just if you said, right, I'm going to make a video, go out there and try and make an 8 to 10 minute video on FIFA and see how long it takes you. And obviously don't try and half-ass it. Try and recreate someone else's video. Try and look at a player review and try and do a player review. See how long it takes. Okay, fair enough. I've been doing it a long time. I can sort of do it with my eyes shut now. But it will still take you a hell of a long time. So yeah, the grind to get a video done. And this video right here is a prime example of one of the reasons why I don't hate YouTube, but why I'm really looking forward to not have to wake up in the morning and go, oh, now I have to go make a video. And this is the exact video I'm making that is the prime example. It's my wife's day off today, and it's really, really freaking sunny and hot outside, right? Considering it's Wales and it's been pissing down for the last month or two. She wants to go out. I haven't got a video done. We're probably not going to be back in time for me to actually get a video done. I need to get this video done, rendered and uploaded before I can go and do anything. Now, I haven't had a quote-unquote day off for God knows how long. I don't care about that because it is, I know playing FIFA isn't really a job and all that nonsense, but obviously I do other stuff besides that now. But my point is, I have to try and coincide getting this done so that we can go out so that she's not annoyed, kind of thing. That's the kind of situation that I've been running with the last sort of 9 years, trying not to upset people with my schedule of having to do things. I know everyone has a work schedule. I'm not trying to say that mine's harder than yours or anything, but it's just one of those things where you have to try and sort of snake it around what you're doing and trying to keep people happy. And I'm really looking forward to not have to wake up and go, right, now what do I have to do today? I like knowing, to a certain extent, like when I wake up, like this reselling thing, I like waking up knowing, right, well, I've either got a list today, I've got a pack today, or I've got to go source today. Like, it's one of those three things. And either way, I can either stay in the house and do it, or I can go and do it, and I just like it. You know, it's a little bit of variety. It's not just, well, I've got to either edit or I've got to record. It's one of those two things. So anyway, Declan says, I'll be honest, mate, I love your channel, but it got less invested due to the dodgy football index stuff. I mean, I don't want to get into this now because that is just a massive thing. But the football index was an unbelievably good platform, right? I just didn't trust them, and I get why you had to completely, but yeah, no, I mean, I didn't have to promote them at all. They didn't pay me to promote them. Of course, if you signed up to them, using my link and stuff, yeah, I got money, and you got extra money as well. But they didn't pay me to promote them. I promoted them because I believed in the product and I wanted it to succeed because it was phenomenal. A football stock market is outrageous. People love these stocks and Bitcoin and all these newfangled ways of making money these days. And this was just another one that came along that was buying and selling players, watching them perform on the weekend, seeing if their price went up based on their performance, how much money they earned you. It was genius. The owners got greedy and they sort of overpromised and underdelivered. And in the end, it completely went tits up, and a lot of people lost, not a lot of money, they lost fortunes. They lost life savings. And that is on the company, of course, but it's also on the people who are essentially gambling more than they can afford. Because if you have money in the account, it's an active bet, essentially, yeah? So that's why I took it out, because I was thinking to myself, do you know what, if anything does go wrong here, I'm screwed, and I can't afford for that to happen. So that's why I took it out. But, you know, it is what it is. I apologise if anyone watching followed my, not advice, but, you know, the link and went into it and lost money. I really do apologise about that. Does go on to say that... Also, the sort of uploads this year, love the Road to Glory, so invested, but eventually it was no Road to Glory and reviews of players from a while ago. Love the channel, hope you stay. But I think, to be fair, quality of FIFA has affected things. It definitely has for me personally. The content on my side, this FIFA, has been awful, and partly down to the fact that I don't like the game. But the other part is that I was just trying to rush the content this year so that I had more time to invest in my new business venture, if you will, because I couldn't stop YouTube completely for several reasons. A, my body won't allow me to not do a video one day because I don't want to lose my streak, and because, you know, it's just one of those things. You know, it's just ingrained in me now that I'm going to wake up, I'm going to do videos. So that's one thing. But another reason is because I can't quite afford to lose the money yet, and especially when I first started doing this reselling thing, I needed to make sure that it was actually viable, that I could do it. So I had to try and cut back something. Doing 3 videos a day, doing a Road to Glory, do 2 player reviews besides, wasn't viable. So when the Road to Glory stopped is when I kind of started getting into a little bit of the reselling thing. And this year, from sort of January, February is when I really started. And that's when you can really see a noticeable difference in the content. You can see where the videos sort of drop off, where the effort stops. I mean, obviously I'm still having to put effort in because there wouldn't be videos there if I didn't put any effort in, but you get what I mean. If you go back and look through the channel, you can pinpoint exactly the moment where the reselling really does kick in, because the content in quality just completely falls off a cliff. I'll be able to do 1 video a day, and a good one, hopefully, as well, by my standards anyway, what I would consider a good video, through FIFA 22. This FIFA, like I said, I don't enjoy it, but also because I don't have a clear path. You know, I can do player reviews, sure, but people don't care, and I don't really care too much either. So I don't really know what to do for the rest of this this FIFA. I did toy with the idea of starting a brand new account and just running it how I want to run it, just to get into the rhythm of things before we actually hit FIFA 22. Whether anyone would be interested in that or not, I don't know. You'd have to let me know. But either way, that explains why, you know, the content this year has just completely fallen off a cliff. Hi says, or H, and then a really weird line, says, been watching since the Guedes review in FIFA 17. Just want to thank you for all the great content and for being a great person. Your videos and streams always brought me joy. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate that. There's a lot of people saying not exactly the same thing, but yeah, the sentiment, I could easily read all these out. You know, people telling me when they started viewing, since the Quincy Promise review in FIFA 18, says Mohammed. Such a hard worker and I love to watch your videos. I mean, a lot of people would, you know, consider YouTube as a hobby, not a job or work, or it's not hard work and therefore it can't be a job, which is absolute nonsense. I'm not saying it's hard work, because it isn't really. Although I will say, and I've never really, I feel bad for other people who are in like 9 to 5s and even longer, right? Saying, oh, that I do a job that is draining, because it is draining. Being sat here for 8, 10, 14 hours a day, depending on how much content I do, it is draining. If you stream for 2 hours, honestly, all you want to do after that stream is go to bed, because you are knackered. And I can't explain why, but it's a fact. But it's long hours and the consistency. You know, when you have a normal job, you get 2 days off, you get 4 weeks off a year, maybe you get longer, depending on whether you're a teacher or whatever. But in this job, you don't get days off unless you really work like 20-hour days for like a week to make sure that you have content for that week that you can take off. It is a nightmare. So I am really looking forward to getting that sort of off my back and not having to worry about it. Paul says, great news. You're getting by doing something else you love. Started buying and selling guitars and basses over lockdown. The workload is high, but the rewards are unbelievable. They are, yeah. The rewards can be insane. But also the workload, it hasn't really changed. You know, I'm still having to put the unbelievable amount of hours in, because I have to go and source all the products, get back and, you know, tart them up a little bit, take pictures of them. And then if you have one day, I had a day the other day, Thursday. Thursdays are becoming an unbelievable day for selling. I don't understand why. I sold like 10 things. And you've got to pack them all up. And it doesn't sound like hard work, but it is. Like, some of these things are really difficult to pack. And then you have to try and get the materials to pack them. And it can be tricky. But I'm enjoying it. It's a fun little challenge. And not having to record it is actually really refreshing. Because for the last 10 years or so, I've just recorded everything. So, there we go. Mohammed also said that he's relatively new. If you've been watching since FIFA 18, I wouldn't say that you're relatively new, really. FIFA 18 is when I really started going for it with player reviews. Yeah, so there we are. Ruvishan, who's been an just unbelievably consistent commenter. He almost comments on every video that I make. He's going to miss this. I mean, this channel was like 10k when I got here. That was a long time ago. When I was doing pack superstitions. Anything to get views, mate. Anything to get views. Seen all the one-and-ups and the career modes and the storylines that I made. I really enjoyed the career storylines. It's just I don't think it fit in with the channel and what people wanted here, so I didn't really do it an awful lot. The Bayer Leverkusen one was probably my favourite. I think I started at Newport, went to Bayer Leverkusen, ended at Chelsea. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed that sort of player career. I wouldn't be against doing it again. It's just the views are just not there, so I'm not going to try. The other thing I did actually consider doing between now and the end of this FIFA was some sort of like one-and-up type series where I build a full bronze team, all non-rare bronze except one player. The player could be an icon or a team of the season or whatever. And every time that player scores a goal, I get to upgrade a bronze player to a rare bronze player, and then eventually to a non-rare silver, non-rare gold, rare gold, and then a special item. That is the one-and-up until you have a full special team. That's the only goal. If you play a game and you don't score a goal, or if you scored 6 goals and you lose 7-6, it doesn't matter. You still get 6 upgrades. I really like doing that series. This FIFA, I don't know if I'd enjoy it as much because I really don't like it, but at the same time, I would be up for doing it if people are interested. So that's another option. I'm going on a bit now, but there are so many comments. David says, why do people watch 6pm content, you ask? You work out if the player SBC is good. You see and assess the stats and help people make a rounded decision on if we want to be, and there's a very naughty word in there. It's not a naughty word, I just don't want to risk it, of our coins and fodder. I guess, you know, that does make sense, getting someone else's opinion who you would trust to see whether you actually want to do the SBC or the objective, you know, where you want to spend your time on it. Multiplayer HD, right? So this is a behind the scenes, because obviously we play co-op together and things. He has said, guys, behind the scenes, I've known this for months. Hurts me too. Okay, it's a bit emotional. But it's hard work out there. I see the work he puts in every day and never really speak about it openly. This guy grinds like there is no tomorrow, which is true. I do actually when it comes to YouTube videos. Obviously not so much recently, but still. Goes to bed late, up early hours. That's true. Go to bed like 4, wake up at like 8, just because that's how much time you need to get 3 or 4 videos done. And obviously goes on to talk about a load of nonsense. But either way, it's true. It's like the hours that I've already been through it, really. But there we go. Frank says, kept up with you since FIFA 16. Can't believe it might end. And that is the sentiment throughout the entire comment section. A lot of people saying that FIFA 21 may actually be their last FIFA. I mean, until it actually happens, obviously, I wouldn't believe a word anyone says about that, because people always do that, don't they? They always say, oh, this FIFA's my last because it's trash. And then, you know, next FIFA, launch day, they've bought it, they've invested, they've got 12,000 FIFA points ready to go. It's always the same. But, you know, I suppose a fair question actually would be, when I say, for example, FIFA 22 is my last FIFA, and you know, we do the Road to Glory, the views are as I expect them to be, last day of FIFA 22, Road to Glory ends, and I've decided that's it, hanging up the boots on YouTube. FIFA 23, am I buying it? Honest answer? No. No, I'm not. I have had enough. I am done. I am actually looking forward to not having to buy a FIFA. Like, I don't hate it. Obviously, FIFA is why I'm here, making this video in the first place. But at the same time, it is going to feel very good to be able to not go and download it or pick it up on launch day for the first time, to be honest, ever, because I have owned FIFA since it started in back end of 93, early 94, FIFA International Soccer on the Mega Drive. I've had FIFA every launch day since then, without fail. So it's going to be, yeah, that's a big streak to break, that is. But there we are. Lloyd says that he has stayed subscribed for me as a person rather than the content, been a Twitch sub, Patreon support, a channel member, and even gave you my account for FIFA 19 beta. I do remember that. I've watched and supported you throughout the secondary education, sixth form, and now finishing university. That's mad. And I'm starting my professional job. I feel like I've grown up with your channel. Sad to see it all come to an end. Would love to see updates of life/career maybe on Twitter, but good luck with your new endeavour and all of the yeah. that's mad, isn't it, to think that someone has watched me through like high school and then sixth form and then through their unit, because I've been around that long. You know, a lot of people won't know about it because I don't really make a big song and dance about being here and screaming when I open packs and throwing chairs at walls and stuff. But, you know, it is yeah, I have been around that long. So to anyone who has left a comment, anyone who is thinking about leaving a comment but didn't, that's fine. I appreciate you all equally. No, yeah, that's not a word. Yeah, that equally is the word, not evenly. Equally. I will be back again with more content through this FIFA, but FIFA 22, like I said, that's the one where we do the Road to Glory. That's the one where we do whatever the hell I want to do, and we try and build the team that I want to build and have a bit of fun that way. If you do want to see some sort of like one-up series for the rest of this FIFA, let me know. If you want to see me start a brand new Road to Glory and just run it how I will do in FIFA 22, maybe we can sort of have like a test run, if you will. Let me know that as well. Or if you want to see anything specific for the rest of this FIFA, because I don't actually know what I'm going to do for the rest of this FIFA. It does kind of depend what EA do through the summer, but we'll see. Leave a comment on this video regarding that. And of course, if you have enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.